It's what you do with your teeth, it's where you put your tongue. It's the shape of your lips, let's make it fun. Phonic All Stars. Put your tongue. Phonic All Stars. Phonic All Stars. Shape your lips.
Hi everyone, we're back. Club Yicketty Yak. Now this video is to teach you what we're going to be doing in Module 2. Module 2 is Phonic All Star Fun module. Now the Phonic All Star program is a speech and literacy correction program. Its design is based on the processes of literacy and speech. So even though it does look like a big licorice all sort from the outside, it's actually got a whole frame that works underneath the back end of this program. Now, over the series of the training videos and also the weeks as we progress through, you're going to be seeing more and more and more of this program. I'm not going to be explaining that in this first video. However, what I am going to do is I'm just going to draw your attention to what is in the folder when it comes home tonight, and so that you get a bit of an appreciation of what those pieces of material are and how you can use them at home in your homework, but also how you can work to integrate this into your classroom to support your child with their learning. The first page, this is learning the alphabet, and this is a folder guide. So this was actually developed to be a folder guide that could go into the classroom. And for some children who are really struggling to pick up the letter code, the actual image, the graphing of the letter, this can help to prompt them by using the character that they've been learning through the product and through the teaching program. Now what you'll notice is I do have 46 characters, and that's what's all on the cards, but each of those characters, they have been carefully chosen around a story and a cue that cues children to the abstract information of how that speech sound is formed, but also how that speech sounds to them, which is what I call auditory material. So for example, we've got B and T, K, Ch. So each of the characters, they've been chosen because they teach the child the sound. For example, like Hydro Hound, he puffs and puffs. So that's the sound for. Toby Tap is a dripping tap. And if you listen carefully, late at night, you'll hear him going t, 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 as his drops hit into the sink. Portia Candle, she's a candle on a birthday cake, and she doesn't like to be blown out. She likes her flame flickered. Okay, so each of the characters have been developed in that way. Now, there is more on this on the website. You will be able to go into the depth of the stories as you go along. So this is just a taste. Now with this folder guide, you actually have two. You've got one that's the alphabet letters and one that is the speech sounds. To really be effective with literacy, you can't just rely on the alphabet. But I have provided the guide of the alphabet because kids need to know alphabetical order. And I've also cued them to we've got 26 alphabet letters, of which 5 are the vowels, which are in yellow, and 21 are consonants. So they really learn their theory about the alphabet. On this guide as well, I've shown them these characters down the bottom, which we call digraphs, di meaning two letters of how we write them, such as NG, CH, SH, and TH. Now, I say to the kids, these were the characters that missed the cut. They didn't make the movie. They didn't get into the alphabet, okay, because these are really critical. They learn these sounds. Now, up the side panel here, what you'll see is I've matched the long vowel that says its name, A, E, I, O, U, and I've matched that with the short vowel, A, E, O, A. The reason I've done this is because when these kids get to their spelling rules, they're going to be using this for the skills to be able to work out bossy E or silent E, and they need to be able to switch between a long vowel and a short vowel. So if you turn over this card, what you'll see is it's the same, it's just the pictures have been removed. Now you'll also notice that on both of the cards they've got little boxes at the bottom. Those boxes match up to the number that is on the the card. There's a star at the bottom of each card, and that matches this. Now, why that's important is because at level 1, which is the cards you've been given so far, level 1, it's a star. Can you see that there's one grapheme pattern, ER, that is actually on the star? But what happens is, in this program, I start with level 1, where the children only have to learn one, ER. But then, when they get to a certain level of the program, which I'll teach later, when they get to a certain level, we then split, and those children learn that there's more than one way. So, for example, Ursula Earlybird, she writes her letters with ER, but she also uses UR, such as in burn, IR, such as in bird, OR, such as in worm, URE, such as furniture, and sometimes RE, such as in centre. So I have got level 1 cards, but I've also got level 2 cards, and the level 2 cards, so if I was to go to number 36, let's turn it back, and find my way through to number 36. They're out of order. We've been flipping with these today. Here it is. You'll see that with level 2, they have a triangle. This is an old deck. They have a triangle. Up here on the card, you'll see they usually have a triangle, and we've got all the variations will be placed on the back of that card. So that helps those children who are at the second level. That's coming up later in the program. So those are the first 2 sheets. Now to go back, we're going to talk just a little bit further about the folder guides. The second one is Learn the Speech Sounds. Now this is broken up into 2 pages. The first page is the consonants, of which there are 24. The second page is the vowels, of which there's 22. So it's really important that children have 22 vowels when they're learning literacy, because if they don't have the codes for each of those vowels, such as the difference between O, O, U, ow, our, oi, and all those are different variations of O, then they find it very challenging to work out how to actually write them. So with this folder guide, this shows kids the speech sounds, and they've been broken up into how, as speech pathologists, we categorise speech sounds. They've been broken up into their nasals, plosives, fricatives, affricates, and glides. There'll be depth on that coming later. Now, over on the side, you'll notice there's a couple of sounds, X and Q, or a couple of letters, X and Q, that didn't actually make the alphabet. Didn't actually make the international phonetic alphabet. That's because they're not made up of one sound, they're made up of 2. For example, like X is made up of K and S. Qu is made up of K and W. So you can see there's been some thought put into this folder guide as it's been developed. Now also just pay attention to the fact that we've got sounds that are on top of each other. These sounds join up with each other based on what the ones in the top line being voiceless, such as P, T, K, as opposed to the ones in the bottom line which are voiced, B, D, G. Now that's important because these tend to be the sounds that children can confuse the most. P, B, P, B, P, B. They actually only are different by their voice. More on that as well later, but it gives you a bit of an idea that what is in this folder guide. Okay, now going further inside your folder, you will have the International Phonetic Alphabet Chart. Now this is what we use as speech pathologists to transcribe speech and really get under speech errors for correction techniques. Now, you'll notice some of the symbols are foreign, they're a bit new to you, but it's really great, especially if your children do have speech impairment, do have speech errors. It's really great that you do develop some skills at being able to transcribe these sounds, and that helps you also to be able to differentiate those sounds apart from each other. For example, the difference between sh and zh, or sh and s, by knowing what those symbols are. Okay, so that chart's actually for you. and it's for you to just get an appreciation of what those sounds are. And it's also, the symbol is also in red on the top of the folded, top of the boxes in the folder guide as well. Because part of our program is actually to skill you guys up on these specialised skills so you can do your best with your kids in their speech therapy programs.
It's what you do with your teeth, it's when you put your tongue, it's a shape of your lips, let's make it fun.